Hello everyone, how are you guys today? How are you guys doing? Welcome to my channel. Before we proceed, please do not forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up if you like this content, and of course, share with your friends and family. All right. Today's topic is going to give us some sort of information on Clia Lab. I am pretty sure that a lot of you have been hearing about the word Clia. What is Clia? Clia here, Clia there. What is it? I'm going to break it down to you guys, okay? I'm going to break it down. I'm going to share with you some important information that you need to know, everything you need to know when it comes to Clear Lab. All right, I will get started. First of all, what is Clear? What does it stand for? It's the short form of Clinical Laboratory Improvement Amendment. All right. It was an amendment that was passed in 1988. All right, by CMS. All right. It's a regulation, federal regulated regulation. Let's just that. It was passed by the Congress and administered by CMS. So it was the Congress that passed this amendment, and CMS, which is the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services, administered or adopted this amendment. All right. CMS, for the purposes of those that do not know what it is, they are the agency body that manages all of the federal healthcare programs. If you are going to also be billing for Medicaid and Medicare, you would also need to register for your NPI, and that is also obtained through CMS. They are actually the Center for Medicaid and Medicare. Everything that has to do with Medicaid and Medicare through your state, this agency, which is the federal body, oversees that. All right. Like I said, CMS stands and applies to everyone, all right? All of us in this clinical field, as long as you're in the health field and you're dealing with people, health insurance, all of those type of things, you are going to be dealing and working with CMS, which of course includes facilities, clinic, physicians, our offices, laboratories, where we actually perform human testing and we obtain specimen, right? So if you are going to be taking human specimen, all right, so that's where CLIA comes in place. That's why we all have to deal with CLIA, right? If we all right, if you're owning and operating a diagnostic lab, which implies that you will be obtaining human specimen for the purposes of information to diagnose, prevent, or treat diseases, you would have to have a CLIA. That's Let me break it down some. What that means is that if you will be taking human specimen, I don't care what it is, be it urine, be it the buccal swab, which is the cheek swab, all right, for DNA, for all those things, be it for urinalysis, be it the nasal, which is for COVID, right? If you're swabbing people's nose, um, even if it's for blood, any type of specimen that you're obtaining from human being, you need to be guided by this. You need to be bounded by the CLIA. The moment you're saying that you want to use those specimens for diagnosis and for prevention and all that, you need to have clear. Without that, and that's why I'm going to quickly touch on this. If you are also doing drug testing, which is the rapid drug testing, which is in-house federal in-house manufacturer test, you would need to also obtain clear, because remember, you are asking these people for your urine, right? You collected urine specimen and you're going to give them results, right? See where it applies to diagnose, right? You're going to give them the results or assess their some sort of health status. So you would need to obtain clear. So majority of people, I see that a lot of people they only took the drug testing course and they set up their account through lab, but then they are selling some rapid cups in house. If you're doing that, you need to obtain your clear. So all laboratory facilities are subjected to that regulation. That's why we all have to obtain CLIA. So you would also be able to use your CLIA for so many things, okay? And we're gonna go in that in a minute. So we all are required by the CMS to obtain the CLIA application or the CLIA license. And when it comes to CLIA, guys, we have three categories of the certificate. All right. We are we have three. Let me go over this. Three. It's either Waived is either you're operating as a waiver lab or a moderate lab or a high complexity lab. All right. If you are a waiver lab, which majority of us falls under, we are very simple with minimal risk. The risk is low. That's why all of the testing that we are performing at that point is simply manufacturer test. There are instructions of the manufacturer. For example, when you want to do a rapid pregnancy test, the instructions are in the pamphlet. The instruction comes with the test or the test kits. So those are actually low risk because it's always a manufacturer test and instruction comes with it. And for this part, majority of the times, these tests are always either true positive or false positive. So that's why it comes with low risk. The moment you say, hey, what, I want to upgrade, the next phase is the moderate. In this situation, you're including a provider and you have to do more here. Your lab setting needs to be different. That's where the survey comes in. They come in your location to survey to make sure you have all of your equipment, your faucet, your toilet, your sink, all those things would apply in this situation. And of course, the high complexity lab are the ones like Quest, the big ones like LabCorp. All right, they are actually the ones that are difficult, and that's because they deal with a lot of huge risk. When we draw blood, we take the blood and we send it to this high complexity lab for processing, for diagnosing. So it involves a lot of risk. So when you're applying for your CLIA certificate, you would have to specify if it is for waiver, moderate, and high complexity. And in this situation, you would need to have a doctor or providers on board and all those things. The application process is different, and you would definitely need to go through survey. So the requirement and inspection, I did talk about that a little bit. So for CLIA requirements, most are stringent for lab that performs the moderate and high complexity, like I said. Unlike waiver, we are of like the low risk. Okay, there is no risk, there is no survey when it comes to requirements and all that. You just have to fill out your application carefully. All right, make sure that you state everything. I mean, the test categories that you want to perform, and I think it's on page 4 or 5 of the clear application. It's the same application that's the waiver, the moderate, and the high complexity lab will also complete. But for waiver, you just have to stick to, just make sure that you're filling it out correctly, and you are like stating what you want to do per year. And like I said, the facilities are subject to routine inspection. So if you're doing the moderate or high complexity, you're subject to routine inspection. And of course, you have to pass your inspection and all that. Um, Even they have to have a certain protocol reading for patient preparation, specimen collection, labeling, prevention, preservation, and transportation. So if for those high complexity lab, they need to do their Q&A. They need to do all of those requirements, even have their policies and procedure in place because, like I said, it's of risk and of course more work to do. So the application process is very easy. Um, when you're submitting the application, make sure you're very careful when you're choosing the type of lab because it's one the clear people wants to know, CMS wants to know what's their lab setting. Are you mobile? Are you independent? And majority of the time, a lot of people tend to make mistakes with this question. So 9 out of 10 times, if you're saying that you're mobile, you are telling them that you have a big mobile van, and in that van, your setting is like more like a clinic, but it's in a mobile version. So in that case, you're gonna give them your VIN number, your insurance and all that, your motor vehicle insurance, and it's a whole lot of things. So be careful. I'm gonna tell you right now, you do not fall under mobile, except if you have a big van. I hope you know what I'm talking about, like the big Susan Coleman big van, where you have all of this machineries, this equipment in the van. And when you're saying you're an independent lab, you also have to explain that. So majority of times we fall under other, where it says other, That's where we fall under. And when you say other, you do have to specify. So you go ahead and specify that you're a diagnostic lab. Again, if you need help with this application, it's a service that I offer. You just want to make sure that you're doing it right, because the moment you're sending your application and they review it and you're like, you still have to do a lot of things. You have a lot of checks and point at that point your application is going to be pushed back and it's going to be delayed. So if you want to avoid those things, you can seek out for this help and the services, and I will be on my way to help you. And now when it comes to lab director is different from clinical director. And again, when it comes to CLIA application, everything boils down on your state. Each state have their own requirement. My state's requirement is different from your state requirement. So you have to do another extra layer of research by going in on Google or go to your website, your state's website, and look for the specific details. I know right off of the bat, my state for Maryland, we require another supplementary state form. The normal or the standard form for CLIA is the CMS 116 form. All right. And in addition, my state, which is Maryland, requires a supplementary application, and is also applicable to Florida, also applicable to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, also applicable to Alabama. So make sure that you know your state regulations and your state requirements so that you're doing this application carefully. Again, this research also comes with the services that I provide. So you would also have to have your test menu provided or listed. You have to know all those things, your total number of tests per year. All of those things are in the application and there are requirements in order for you to suffice what you're asked for. And this is the application right here. We're not gonna go over that, but that's the CMS application. So how you can leverage your business with Clia. So majority of you might be in another business such as home care or fingerprint or just doing DNA or just doing drug testing only, but then you would like to offer most of the services on this agenda or this list. So what you have to do is obtain your Clia, because if you have your Clia, like I said in the beginning, you would be able to offer more services. The more the better, right? You will be able to have more revenue and all that, right? You're sort of providing a vertical business module because you're keeping all your revenue in-house instead of you to pay somebody for some sort of testing or things that you can do in your business. You would rather keep the money and offer the services. Like I said, owners operator, those that are in the trucking business, they are already in the trucking and they have drivers, right? They would have to send drivers elsewhere to get the drug test. They shouldn't be doing that. They can actually take the test and take the course and start to offer drug testing. So if you need assistance with any of the services, it's something that I offer and I can provide. So like I said, your lab structure can either be a mobile, you can offer mobile services, you can have a brick and mortar, which is the stationary and traditional type of business, or you can just solely be providing on-site or remote testing services. Okay. Diagnostic testing such as COVID with your CLIA. You can offer COVID testing, do more blood draw, drug testing, flu strep, hemoglobin. A lot is a whole lot of list. And if you're interested, I actually just launched my course which is going to teach you exactly how to start your diagnostic lab. That course has been laid out for you. You do not have to worry about anything because everything is finished. It's done. It's a perfect job that I've done on taking my time to teach you on how to actually start your business. So we talked about this test menu, the services that you can offer, your business structures, and a lot more. Okay. So, like I said, for if you need assistance with a clear application, we would look in depth into your state requirements, right? This is actually hold the application right now. I think the assistance application is 150, but to not worry, if you're looking at this video, if you're watching this right now, all you need to do is present your code to me. We are going to use clear 20, right? So when you're reaching out for assistance, when you mention clear 20, I'm going to give you the discount. All right. So but we would have to look into your state to make sure that we are meeting all of the requirements as recommended. Now, also to introduce to you that I also offer clinical lab startup process, which is definitely my 5 weeks mentorship to help you start your business from grass to grace, nothing to something, right? So if this applies to you, I hope this has been beneficial to you. I hope this message has been helpful to you. That's pretty much what you need to know with Clia, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now, Coachella, and please do not forget to subscribe, like this page, and of course share. Have a great one.